Good morning. We got to the farm a little early today. I don't know, 6:45 or so, not terribly early. We're gonna get some spraying done. There's no wind this morning. Cool and overcast. Looks like rain to the north. I haven't looked at the radar, but they weren't calling for rain here today. So I've got somebody coming to pick up some beans in about an hour or 45 minutes or so. So we're going to try and be around the seed warehouse for that. Let's get a load sprayed before and maybe one or two after that. And then we're going to move to Berkey and side dress some corn. So this is the field we were in yesterday when we ran out of product and then I got too windy to come back and finish it. So we're finishing this up here. I left the source out of this tank, so we'll have a little side-by-side in this field. Everything else is the same. Be good. So we're gonna jump across the road, do a few acres over there, and we'll see how much we've got left from there. All right, I got those couple of fields done. We still got quite a bit on the sprayer, but I want to go that way to spray, and I was that way, and the seed warehouse is here, so I'm just gonna wait for him to come and pick those beans up. Go in and say good morning to my kids. All right, there those go. Let's go finish spraying here. There was a lot of stuff planted like the 19th and 20th of May, right before we got some rain, that there's been a bunch of replant from that. Usually the late planted crops come just fine. You don't have to replant them, but that's what we're seeing. And we happen to have a few beans that were planted in that window. So I think Phil was gonna go look around this morning and make sure all of ours are okay. We may have prematurely washed the bean planter. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully everything's all right and coming, but I don't know, we might have to patch some beans in, which means either we get the bean planter back out, or, and more likely, we'll hook the air seeder up, patch them in with the air seeder. So this field here, we're in one of our bigger fields, 128 acres here. I've perimetered the outside of it. Looks like that. But on this particular side that we are on now, we've got all these electric poles, and this is why I love spraying fungicides and not herbicides. Because I don't care. I don't care about getting between the poles and the road and all of that over there. I just came over to the first pass that doesn't have the poles in it, and we just skip that one, and we don't apply it. Call it a check strip if you want. It's not a very good check strip because it's got electric poles in it, everything, but it doesn't, it's, in the grand scheme of things, that's not even a full sprayer pass. That half a sprayer pass that I'm leaving over there isn't gonna hurt, so we just avoid it altogether. So we'll start here, work our way over that way, see how far we make it before we run out, and then we'll probably go back and reload. I think we can get a couple more done. It's not windy at all today. That's good. Well, I emptied that tank and we went back and reloaded, and we're in a different field now. This field is a known giant ragweed problem, especially back in this corner here, where the corn looks reasonably good. But so I threw a little glyphosate in the tank on this one, so we're gonna clean some of these weeds up here. There's a bunch out there. It's just in the muck ground here, which there's not a lot of, but there's enough. I want to clean it up. Some of this corn looks really nice, and then there's other spots where I look at it like, dang, this corn is going downhill in a hurry. If you look over there, I don't know if you guys can see that from here or not, but some of that corn's pretty yellow and uneven, and I don't know. I think we've had too much water. The rain last week was just too much, and we've got a little bit of some stunted root growth would be my guess. It's keeping them from growing real good. The areas that are really well tiled, a little bit better soil types, look better. It should grow through it and grow out of it, especially if we could get some sunshine and some heat, but yeah, it's not a great start. I'm not complaining. I think we're still got pretty good potential, but we've probably knocking the top end off a little bit. So hopefully this fungicide will reduce some of that stress, keep it growing really good. At the front edge of the field here, we didn't quite run empty, but it says we're down to 28 gallons left. I won't make it very far, and rather than turning back towards the wrong end of the field, we're just gonna go back and reload, because we can fit a 1,228 gallons in the tank if we have to. We'll put our 1,200 in a full fill and just have an extra 2 acres worth of product on. Yeah, so we can come finish this field, and then we'll jump back into the one that we were doing the load before this. And, I don't know if probably won't get it done, but that'll get us a lot. Well, I was loading, and all of a sudden we started getting foam out the overflow, and I still need like 300 gallons of water. What the heck? I think I put the glyphosate in too early. And it started to foam. What? 1,200 gallons.
1,200 milk jugs?
Yes. Yes, 1,200 milk jugs full. So now I gotta let the foam dissipate before I can finish filling it. I got all the stuff in that I needed to. Just need water. I know everybody thinks the glyphosate is this big scary chemical. It's not. In fact, I could be wrong in this, but I'm pretty sure it was developed as a soap, as a cleaner. It's a soap. Like, it does a fantastic job of cleaning all the stuff out of the inside of the sprayer, so it foams. And it's also probably one of the safest herbicides and chemicals in general that we use. Like, some of the other stuff is way more dangerous. Anyway, now that I've got you guys all fired up and gonna light me up in the comments, while I'm waiting for that foam to dissipate, we are going to walk across the road here and put some flags out where my high management trial and standard practice trials are, so that I know when I'm spraying this. That's kind of the reason I haven't sprayed this field yet, because I needed to flag this out. So this is a good opportunity. Well, other than that little spot there, it starts right here. This is the split row. Not that there's a lot of difference between those two rows, because that's all basically what we do normally under the high management side of it. Gosh dang, we got another spot there. What happened? That's anhydrous bar damage. That's what that is. Anyway, somewhere up here is a spot where the starter got turned off and the corn gets real yellow. That's the split. Right here is that split. It's not super obvious in this spot, but it is definitely here. This side did not get any starter, this side did, and they're the same growth stage. I counted leaves, but there's probably a 4 to 6 inch difference in the height. I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but it's, yeah, significant. Okay, now we're gonna go down to the other end, on the far side of it. Much more obvious here in the color. Wow, that strip, that stands out really bad. Oh gosh. All right, well, between this flag and the next one, we were not going to spray any V5 fungicide, any source, any boron, any of the additional stuff that I am doing. It's just gonna stay standard. Standard meaning we planted it, we sprayed herbicide on it, we side dressed it. That's it. That's what it gets. The other block on the far side there got starter. It's getting V5 fungicide, it's getting boron, it's getting the source, it's getting some other foliars, it's going to get a VT fungicide, it's going to get a late season foliar pass, all the stuff. We're doing it all and seeing. And yeah, it costs a lot more money to do those things. But how much of a yield difference does it make? The last 2 years we've done this, we have seen anywhere from, I'm trying to remember what the numbers were. I think on the low end on the one trial was like 15 or 20, 18, something like that. The high end was well over 40 or 50 bushel difference. And 50 bushels of corn pays for a lot of treatments and still makes you money. So it's just kind of a fun little experiment we do. Tired?
No.
You fall asleep with a sprayer, don't you? I do. Try to. Anyway, we've finished kind of that field across the road, jumped over to this little 30-acre piece here because I was right next to it. We've got a little bit to do on the far side of that field that we were in before, so we're going to jump back over there and spray this tank out. Okay, well, we got that done. That's 3 loads today. I've got probably 3 more that could be done. Yeah, definitely 3, maybe a 4th one that could be done to get the early corn all done. So flags are flying down there. You can't see them, but it's not too windy. I could keep going. I think we want to get this anhydrous bar moving to Berkey. Phil has been switching tractors for me, so he's got that about done, and I probably need to get out of here. We have used this anhydrous applicator on that tractor before. We owned the bar long before we had the 8RX, so it pulls it just fine. It's not quite as stable as the 8RX, but it'll work. What a deal! That's service right there. Phil got everything hooked up. He even moved my mask and went through the tools a little bit. Good deal. We need some fuel. We'll probably head out. Oh, we got that up way too high. Drop her down. Frame should be level. You can check it in the field, but somewhere in that ballpark. Now we'll hit the lock button. Where's the lock button? Right there. That one. Okay, we got fuel. And I started some software updates while I was waiting on that, and they're taking a little while, so I'm waiting for that to finish. And then we're going to pull over to the shop, put a little air in that tire that was flat yesterday.
What tire?
The one on the anhydrous bar that was flat yesterday. And then we're going to head out to Berkey. Phil just left. He's going to get us some tanks around. The nice thing about this tractor is it's fast, so we'll get there pretty quick and we'll get started. Let's go. All right, 35 miles. We can go 31 miles an hour. It takes a little over an hour to get there. Oh, we made it! This corn's growing. Looks pretty good down here. The late planted corn seems to be a little more even, and it's growing, looks good. The April planted corn is a little bit bigger, but getting a little yellow in spots and uneven and whatever. It's fine. The later planted crops, we were done by the point when, at least on the corn, but stuff planted even later, we're having some replant issues with it, sounds like. So Rylan came with me. He's gonna be here all day because we got no way to get him home, so I'll make him get out of the way while I hook this up, and we'll get started. Phil's already got us 2 tanks here. Let's go. You guys, I take back everything bad I've ever said about the 8RX. Not that I say much bad about it, but holy cow, is it a way better tractor than this one. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've used this tractor for anything other than spreading fertilizer, right? I haven't planted with it other than that one field. I haven't used it a lot. But coming from the 8RX to the 8R on tires with this anhydrous applicator, holy cow, is it a night and day difference. Stability. This tractor gets thrown all over by this bar because it's heavy and it's on casters, and that's the nature of it. Turning radius on this tractor is horrendous compared to the 8RX, and the ride quality, like right here through the middle of the field, or the edge right here where we're at, it's so dusty you can't see it, isn't horrible, but on the end rows where we're bouncing across ruts, or not really ruts, but just tracks from turning and planting and spraying, oh my goodness, this tractor's rough, isn't it? It's rough. Yeah.
So bouncing tractor.
Yeah, it's makes you appreciate what you got with that 8RX and how much better that handles this machine than this tractor does. Also, I think we are okay, but these tires are not set for row crops. They're set out a little bit wide, so it's very tight. Now, right now you can't see behind us, but we're not running the corn over when I'm centered, but boy, you better be accurate. I don't know if you'll be able to tell how rough this is. It's how you're moving with the tractor, but we're doing a pass along some end rows here, and holy cow, are we bouncing.
It's because of the other rows that are like down that we sprayed on more than once. Makes it lumpy.
Yep, for when we planted, it makes it rough when we're driving across them. Well, when we had the 8RX, we never noticed it like this because you just float right across those. It's never this rough. We'll be all right, won't we?
Yeah.
All right, things are not going great here. I'm really frustrated right now. We're getting a lot of bleed off. See that? It's coming out around the blade, and I don't understand that. So I need to go and look and make sure all our hoses are on. This one's leaking a lot. There's a bunch of them that are. I don't know if it's just ground conditions or what. I tried turning up down pressure. It doesn't seem to be helping. I don't know what's going on. I'm really frustrated. And yeah, I'm ready to switch to 28 today. Unfortunately, that's not an option. All right. We've got all kinds of problems again. This row here, the bolt that holds the tube in is gone. Another one. And the tube had popped out, so it was leaking everywhere. That'll do that. So I don't have any of the bolts. Phil was here. He's gonna run and grab one. Try and get one from the John Deere dealer that's very close. This one here, the hose came off. And since I have all kinds of time, we're gonna take it apart because it'll be easier. And then on this one, we lost a beaver tail. All of those things were right when we got here. We've done maybe 20 acres. Super frustrating right now. Well, it got worse. I took this roll apart to put that hose back on the tube. Oh, shoot, there it is. Gosh, dang it. Okay, oh, it just got better. The tube was not here. This bolt, the nut came off, and I assumed that the tube was gone. It's not gone. It was just on the tube, not there. Okay, well, it just got better. All right. Okay. I thought we were missing a tube. The local John Deere dealer does not have any tubes, so I thought we were done in the water or have to go back to Walter and get parts. But now I have the tube, so maybe I'm not such bad shape here. Well, we're back up and running. It's too dusty for me to tell if we're doing a good job over there or not. We have fixed the liquid tubes, so that side of it we're good. We're missing one beaver tail on that last row on the outside. I don't have one. I should have had one with me. But we switched tractors and I didn't grab everything. Yeah, if it's sealing okay, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna call Dad, have him grab me some parts. I think that row is not sealing very good, but is that row a tire track? Yes. No, I'm not sure. Anyway, we're gonna make another round or two and watch it. Let's see how we do here. Dad came and brought me my parts that I needed. And he has taken Rylan home. Rylan, I told him, I warned him before we left. I'm like, dude, you're gonna be in this tractor for a long time. It's not gonna be fun. And he said, I don't care, I wanna go. Okay, if you say so. Well, he had had enough after a while. So when I needed some parts, I said, I'll call Grandpa, see if he'll bring me my parts and come get Rylan. And he did. So now, we need one of these, but which side do I need? There are lefts and rights. I'm not sure which one that we need, but we're gonna put one on this row here. Some of the other ones are getting pretty worn. We don't have a lot to do, so we're gonna try and just finish and wear them out, put new ones on for next year. But yeah, let's see if I can get a number off of one of these right there on the top. 5.6. Oh, you can't see that. Ends in a 5.6. That would be this one. These are 3.7, these are 5.6. Okay, we gotta get one off there. These guys must not be filling these tanks as full as what my guys up west were, because it says I got 700 pounds left, but she was running empty. So I called Phil a while ago and said, hey, I think I'm gonna need another tank, and so he just got here with it, which is good. We'll swap it. We only got 3 passes left here. About got this one done. All right, well, we're finishing the last pass up on this one, and we got it done. Now the rest of the corn here is all right next to each other, a few miles away. We'll head on over there and get started. I don't know how far we'll make it tonight. We'll probably use up whatever tanks we got, and we should be able to finish tomorrow, but we'll see how tomorrow goes. So got some endros done here on this next field. So this corn's a little smaller. It was planted 2 or 3 days later than the field that we just finished. We got a little bit more unevenness here. It's not bad. There's just some yellow streaks and then some green streaks, and I think it's probably tile line related more than starter fertilizer related, because it's not whole passes. Like up here, these few rows here are yellow, and then up there they turn green, and I don't think that's a starter issue. We've got a few rows that are nice and green and some more that are yellow, but they're all green up there on this little ridge. I don't know. I think it's just been too much water, although we've had less here than back at Walden. So I think I'm going to do a live stream here and we'll see how long it takes us to march across this one. There's 67 acres in this field, so should go pretty quickly. And then we have the field across the road, the field back there. That's kind of all the rest of it is right here. I didn't make my live stream yet because well, I had a phone call and it had to get delayed, so sorry if you're waiting for that and it disappeared. But getting ready to start it now. We're maybe halfway across this field. No, we're not halfway across yet, but we're getting there. I just switched tanks. Got another full one over there. Phil was supposed to be getting me one more tonight, I think. Maybe not. This might be it. All right, well, it won't be too late of a night then. Oh, I'm back. We're done with our live stream. We're kind of filling in the middle. We've just got another round or two to do here. 2 rounds, it looks like. We should have enough on this tank. I was a little concerned there because when I hooked up to this tank, it said there was only 17% in it. But we've done well more than what 17% would have covered, so the gauge must be broken on this one. That's all right. We'll figure it out. We're going to finish this up and probably run a tank out over there. I don't even know if we get endros done over there. And then heading for home. Phil's waiting for me over there. Can't see him through the dust, but he's over there. Well, we just barely made it done with that field. We did a whopping 0.59 acres over here before our tank ran empty. So we're out of gas for tonight. I'll head for home and come back and try and finish this tomorrow. About 130 acres, 140 acres to go, something like that. 140, I think.